Hey everybody. So today I want to talk about a subject that's been coming up a lot with my clients during this COVID isolation, but also on a more grandiose scale. It's this idea of it's this question of how do I start creating the realistic changes that I need in my personal health journey, and how do I apply what I'm learning or what I've learned in the past in a way that makes sense for me. And so I think it's easy to get overwhelmed with applying some health changes, and I think it's hard because we want to do it all right away sometimes, and I think it's easy for us to feel stuck and maybe overwhelmed. And it's also hard for us to actually listen to ourselves and actually take that step back so that we can identify areas or gaps in our current story about our health relationship or our relationship with our health. And how do we take the steps we need to rewrite that story in a way that feels safe, and in a way that doesn't kind of feed into that chronic stress that our nervous system is experiencing right now, and that it's usually experiences in the day-to-day regardless. And so I want to discuss 4 practices that I teach my clients in order to help them build upon this consistent change in a way that makes sense for them. And the first practice, and I must reiterate that these are all practices, is this idea of the skill or the art of building awareness. And I think that if we don't have awareness about where we are at or what our stories are now, then we don't have a clear path or a clear picture to where we should be going or what is realistic for us. I think sometimes we put too much on our to-do lists, or maybe we have expectations of ourselves, or we always kind of fall short to the expectations of our families, or we feel that way. And so sometimes we just try too much. And so this idea of taking a step back, doing a little less, building some awareness around our current health habits and where we can sort of spark a little change step by step, not a lot at once. Because this idea that the diet culture is feeding us just a bit is that it's a quick fix and it is going to be it's a go-to response, when really the journey is very progressive and it is day in and day out. So I'm going to share with you guys a few more practices as the weeks unfold, but hopefully you have just a little chance to reflect on what you're currently doing in your health habits, whether that's building a nighttime routine that's going to help you show up to feel chemically balanced enough to handle the next day, because sometimes stress and anxiety builds up in the day and then you're just on the go, on the green light for most of the day. So if we can build those health practices around our either sleep routine or our slowness of enjoying food, or of our movement routine as well, and how that can be catered individually as well. I think just taking a step and building some awareness about where you're at in those areas and how you can kind of take those changes in a step-by-step form, because it's easy to get overwhelmed. And so, yeah, this practice of building awareness is number 1. Enjoy. Good luck.